see. Yay! Alright. We return to Rayla's cart, the inside of which is bigger than expected. You have all been given a nice warm cup of tea and gestured to sit on various floor cushions around a small table.
Do we see her making the tea?
You see her pouring it from a teapot.
I'm gonna trust her. Drink the tea.
Anakias goes for it.
I'm just holding on to the tea.
I'm also gonna drink it. Fuck it.
I'm also gonna sit on the floor. On my pillow. Or whatever you said.
A little floor cushion.
There you go. Sitting.
There are chairs, but not around this little table, and this is where she's indicated for you to have a little seat. She herself plops down with her own cup and takes a nice drink from it. And she says, so, the bad news, as I said, is that the ferryman seems to have fled. I was attempting to cross the river, earlier today, actually. However, he seemed... I met him once before coming this way a few weeks ago, but on my way back he seemed fairly nervous, and he said that there was some creature that had moved into the river, and as we got further into the river, it started... Well, it had a very strange smell that I know you've all noticed, most likely, and the ferryman said that he could not continue, and he took us back, and Quarrelsome can't swim, so we are basically here until he returns. Which I'm sure he will do at some point. However, I don't know when that is.
Where did he go? Which direction?
He took the road back towards, well, the road you came down.
Did we see anybody when we were walking?
You saw no one.
Insight?
Go for it.
Yeah.
14.
Also 14.
Neither of you notice any particular, hints that this is false.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, it seems that unless you all intend to turn around, if you wish to cross the river, you'll have to wait until he comes back. Or I guess you could try and take the ferry yourself, but, I don't know how to drive a ferry, so I'll be waiting here.
Okay.
In the meantime, as I said, I have a number of wares that you are more than welcome to look at if you look like the adventuring sort, if you don't mind me saying so. And I'm awful fond of those who look like they're the adventuring sort, because they generally are in the market for some magical things. So if you see anything, or even, if you'd like, I could take a stab at perhaps finding something you might enjoy from my inventory.
Well, what have you got?
Yeah, what do you have?
I want to ask her a question.
Yes.
So, additionally, this whole time, Darius hasn't sat down or started his tea.
Okay.
He's sort of looking at all this stuff.
Okay. Are you looking with intent?
I mean, anything he'd find interesting, so heavy weapons.
There's a lot. There's a lot of crap.
Looks like a dwarf made it.
This looks like some remember Patrick from Penrith? It looks like if Patrick's crazy aunt was having a yard sale. That's what the inside of this card looks like.
Oh wait, how old is this woman?
She appears to be in maybe her mid-30s.
Okay, I'm gonna flirt with her.
Okay, go for
Can
it.
I please ask a question first?
Yes.
Do you know Asshole Wizard?
I'm sorry?
Oh wait, what's his name again?
Barthas?
Don't even say Rincewind.
Narthas?
Narthas.
No, that name doesn't ring a bell.
I'm gonna hold off on my flirting until I figure out what Agnes would do. She's just gonna look around at this. So, what does she see if she just kind of looks around?
All right, everyone who wants to just take a general look about, roll me a perception check.
Oh, excellent. Look at that.
All right, I got a 23.
I got a 20. I got a 14.
Is it perception or investigation?
If you're looking for something specific, investigation, general look about perception. Hi,
I
Kendra.
got 15.
I'm looking for heavy weapons or anything that looks like it was made by a dwarf.
Okay, Atticus, did you roll?
Yes, I got a 5.
Wow. All right, Atticus, you notice this tea. It's really good. It's kind of like fruity a little bit. You're not sure where it's from.
Cool. The tea.
Andrew, your glasses are cute.
Therius, you notice a couple of things. You see gleaning against a cabinet that is full of some various porcelain objects of various kinds. You see a rather large javelin. You also notice a hanging against a wall. There is a belt with runes in Dwarvish across it.
I read dwarf.
You do read Dwarvish. The various it's various like I guess you could call it like it's not like a poem and it's not like a phrase. It's like an old Dwarvish mantra almost. It's something that like they would you might know, maybe you wouldn't. Yeah, you probably would know. Your dad probably would have told you stories about like things that dwarves would chant before going into battle. It's sort of like a morale boosting call for strength in battle is carved onto this belt. And hold on, let me open this book and see what this is called.
Belt of Dwarven kind.
You also no, there's another thing.
Oh.
That's what I'm hoping for.
You also see crap. Sorry, one sec. Oh my god, where are you? There you are. You also see a large warhammer that is half obscured by a pile of cloaks. Next up,
Cloak is prettier than mine.
the cloaks it's an assortment of cloaks. Some of them look very nice indeed.
Okay.
Agnes, what did you get again?
I'm just looking around. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I'm just looking around to see what's there.
Right. But what did you roll?
14.
Okay, well, you notice that there is, like, a lot of various crap shoveled in here. There's a lot of robes, there's various pairs of shoes, you see jewelry, there's, like, a glass case full of jewelry that seems to be neatly placed, which is strange, considering the surrounding area. You see, like, hats and weapons and bags and, like, just, there's random stuff, like pots and whatnot. And bows, arrows, everything hanging from the ceiling. You see a lot of stuff.
I want to roll Arcana on the jewelry in the cage.
Okay. Roll for it.
I'm using Tides of Chaos to roll again.
Oh, buddy, all right.
Because I rolled a 1.
Oh, buddy, okay.
Oh, well, fuck. 9.
You're not certain. You have to get a closer look.
Okay. So then I want to ask about the jewelry in the case.
Before we get to you, we're going to do Soverall. What did you roll?
So I'm gonna be looking for yeah, I'm just gonna be doing a general perception, and that was a 23.
A 23. You see, like I said to Agnes, you see much the same, but your eyes catch on a couple of things. For instance, there seems to be a dagger that, for some reason, you seem a little drawn to. You notice, and you're like, "Ooh, that looks nice." There's a pair of silvery gloves that they look maybe like they're made of silk. They look expensive, is
Okay.
the thing. You notice there is some studded armor that looks pretty cool. Like you notice the same case, the glass case full of jewelry. There's a pile of robes in the corner that you notice is also half covering a large hammer. and one of them seems to be like almost shifting colors as you watch it. Atticus, what did you roll? Christina,
What?
what did you roll?
12.
12 for perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice basically the same things I told Agnes. There's just a bunch of crap everywhere, basically.
Hey.
There's like staves and wands and hats and jewelry and everything. And then
All right.
Flower, what did you roll?
15.
For just general perception?
Yes.
Yeah, same as Atticus and Agnes.
Can I roll Arcana on that jewelry that Agnes failed?
Yes, you can.
Got a 9.
Yeah, you also would not be able to really know without a better look, a closer look at them. But Agnes, you wanted to ask a question?
Yeah, I want to ask her about the jewelry in the glass case.
Oh, well, some of that is some things that I have made. I'm rather proud of a couple of those pieces. There are some things that I've collected over time. It's a sort of a hodgepodge of expensive but also enchanted objects. Is there anything in particular that I can tempt you with?
Christina, can you describe, like, exactly what's in the case then?
Sure. Sorry, I was chewing.
There you go.
Some of the things that catch your eye. So you see, there's some rings. There is a pair of golden spectacles with sort of blue crystalline lenses. You see a ring that is... Where are you? It's like one of those multi-finger rings. The band looks like it's made out of maybe brass. It's like a gilded ring that has some runes carved into it that you're pretty sure are magical, but again, not 100% sure. You see, what else is in here? Crap. Sorry, there's a couple of things.
That's fun.
You notice another ring. What does it look like? It has a hummingbird, an ornate hummingbird on it. That appears to be inlaid with some sort of colored enamel. Either that, or maybe it's a stone, but you think it's not necessarily. You also see a ring that has like it's like a thick metal ring that looks like it has sort of a horn motif coming off of it. You notice lots of stuff. There's a lot of rings. There's a lot of rings. There's the rings. There's those ornate spectacles that I mentioned. There is also. I could have sworn that I wrote down a thing here. Yeah, that's about all that you see from your glance.
Okay, I want to ask about the spectacles.
Okay, so she says, ooh, excellent choice. These are something that I am rather fond of, but I personally don't have much use for them. They are called the... Sorry, gotta go back to this page. Why have I done this to myself? And to you. These spells, they're spelled to sort of enchant those who you look through them in a way. They're called the Eyes of Charming. And I'm sure a lovely girl like you has no need for something like that, but it does tend to... I find that it helps to get people to sort of, you know, be more on your side in certain instances. It generally makes someone the life of the party, you could say, when one wears them.
I see.
Are you interested in those, perhaps?
Probably not.
Oh, come on.
I mean, how much are you selling them for?
These are just a merely 3,000 gold.
Not.
However, I am not an unreasonable person. I will accept other alternative forms of payment if you have them. I am open to trades.
Mm-hmm. Well, can I ask about some of the rings?
Certainly. Which rings caught your eye?
Can you just kind of give me a rundown on what all of them do?
Well, that would be a little much. You see, I have a very large inventory, but I think if I'm right in my judgment of you, maybe you would like this one. And she points at the multi-fingered brassy ring, and she says, "This one is a particularly useful ring. I have one for myself, actually. It allows you to store magical energy inside of it to be used at another time."
So, in what manner?
It is blatantly, it's a ring. It's a ring of spell storing.
Okay, I don't know what that does.
Oh, okay. So a ring of spell storing, it lets you, you can cast spells into it, and then you can release them again later without using a spell slot. So you have to cast the spell, you have to use the spell slot initially to put the spell in there, but then it can be stored there until a later time.
So like more than a day then?
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty cool. And how much is that?
This one is 20,000 gold.
Yeah. No. I believe most of what you have here is far out of my price range.
Oh, come! Everyone has something to offer. Like I said, I'm open to trades. If you have similarly valued magical items, I am definitely into collecting those. But I will also accept the other forms of payment, like per se, sorry?
Statues.
Statues? Certainly. I, as you see, I have a number of those myself. I have this. She points when she gestures to like there's this this black stone carving of a horse that's sitting on the counter nearby, and she sort of gestures to that as an example. She says, "But I also accept. I accept memories. I have taken."
I'm sorry. Wait. What? You accept memories?
Yes.
What? What?
Oh, shit, one of these.
This catches Therius's ear, and he doesn't turn around or anything, but he's listening hard.
Same here.
Like I said, everyone has something to offer, whether it be knowledge or memories or perhaps some amount of their vitality. I accept all manners of payment for my magical items.
I'm sorry. I would very much like you to expand on what you mean by memories as payment.
Well, you have a lot of experience, certainly. You've probably seen wonderful things in your life, I do not doubt. And those memories, that knowledge has a value, of course. So if there is something perhaps that you are interested in owning, and maybe some knowledge that you're not using at the moment, I would take that as payment. And you would forget whatever it was, but instead you would have a lovely ring, for instance.
Agnes looks kind of horrified at this.
It's simply an exchange of payment, my dear. I only take what you're paying in exchange. But as I said, it's not simply memories. I had a man who he traded his ability to speak gnome for a shield.
Huh.
For instance, he wasn't using gnomish anyway. Honestly, who needs gnomish these days? Everyone speaks common.
Flower kind of looks at her with an angry look.
I want to roll insight on this bitch again.
Okay, go for it.
24.
Okay, you get the sense that she literally finds absolutely nothing wrong with what she's saying.
Okay.
But she also doesn't seem like a witch that lured you into her cart so that she could like eat you or anything.
Right.
but she does not seem to take the idea of, like, she doesn't seem to think that the idea of exchanging parts of you, in a sense, is inherently strange.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, do you have any weapons that would be useful for a sorceress?
Oh, I'm certain I do. What sort of weapons do you favor?
Long range weapons, normally.
So, like a bow, perhaps?
Yes.
All right. Well, let me see. And she sort of looks about. She turns and she looks about the thing, and most of like the bows and whatnot are sort of hanging higgly piggly from the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
I am checking my notes. And the rest of you, I'm assuming, are just kind of like listening in on this.
For now, yeah.
And she says, "Well, I have several weapons that they imbue their ammunition with various effects. There's this one." She pulls one down. She says, "This is a bow of lightning, for instance. It has a fun zap that it gives to every arrow shot from it."
That's fun.
This particular model is 18,000 gold, which I feel is fair. But if you are interested in something particularly maybe a little less potent, there is this other bow that I have that allows you to choose a arrow a day that you can fire at maybe someone that you're not so displeased with, and it will actually heal them.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yes, this one is 15,000 gold.
Uh-huh. And it only works once a day.
Yes, but any ammunition that you put in it will work. The enchantment is in the bow itself, you see.
Right. Sorry, hang on. I'm just looking for a fucking trash can.
No.
You have... Do you have anything that would, any kind of protection that would help a sorceress?
Well, can sorcerers wear armor? Can't remember.
No.
You cannot wear armor. Okay. There, I have, some cloaks that perhaps you'd be interested in.
Uh-huh.
I have, and she goes over to the pile of cloaks and she just starts like rifling through it, and she pulls out this it's like a sort of faded royal blue. It looks maybe like it's a sort of crushed velvet. And she says, "This cloak will give you a slight bit of more protection than your usual garments. I know it looks a little flimsy, but it's magically enchanted so that it will stop some damage."
I'm gonna roll Arcana on it.
Okay.
14.
Okay, you've heard of things like this before. For instance, it looks like it's a fairly standard-ish enchantment that is times put on like amulets or rings or things. For instance, Roris had a ring that's similar to this. This appears to be a cloak of protection.
Okay. What does that do?
It gives you a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws.
Okay. Would that, just out of curiosity, if I cast,
It would not affect your spellcasting.
No, but if I cast magic armor on myself, would it be +1 to that, or just +1 my base?
No, yeah, it stacks. It stacks. The AC stacks.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it's dex. I'm like, that doesn't help me.
No, it stacks.
Okay.
So this would increase. This would be an additional armor on top of the magical armor.
Okay. And how much is that?
This one is 3,500.
Okay. Or no.
Perhaps I could take some of your vitality as well.
Some of my vitality?
Yes, people are full of energy, magical energy, physical energy, and I would happily take some of that as payment if you were willing to offer. Nothing permanent, of course. Nothing a good night's sleep wouldn't fix.
Huh.
Not for this, anyway.
Agnes is still very, like, wary of this other form of payment.
I'm going to insight check that comment specifically about vitality and nothing
me too.
sleep won't fix.
Okay.
I got a 23.
Damn, bro.
I also did. No, I got a 22.
Okay, so the both of you get this impression that she's being honest when she says nothing a good night's sleep wouldn't fix, but the comment not for this anyway leads you to believe that there are some methods of payment that you would not be getting back.
Right.
Agnes, that sounds like a good deal for you.
Yeah, it kind of does. Agnes is seriously considering this, considering I am a fucking glass cannon. So I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Okay. And she comes to the rest of you. So is there anything that you are all interested in, perhaps? Anything that I can tempt you with? I have
Yes.
a number of items.
A few things did catch my eye. There was a robe, that one right there, and I point towards the one with the shifting colors.
Oh, yes, this one is... I'm particularly fond of this one. Where did I have that written down? Sorry. There it is. Okay. It's in the R section of the manual. Alright, so, this is a... It's like, it appears to be, just when you look at it straight on, it is just sort of one color, but it's sort of iridescent in that every angle that you look at it from, it seems to shift through a series of colors. And she says, oh, this one, I'm kind of fond of it. You can sort of mesmerize people with it, I find. It's very distracting to look upon. It tends to... It's not the most subtle of objects, but it's good for a distraction, you could say.
Interesting. And then what about these gloves? And then I walk over to the silvery gloves.
The silvery gloves, I don't know why I'm Sean Connery now, are... I should have made cards for these things. You win some, you'll learn new things every day.
Yep.
So these you maybe this is something that would interest you. If you have, say, light fingers, this is a little something that makes them even lighter. And if you'll find, and she puts one on, and then as soon as it's on her skin, it kind of just like disappears. You can't see it anymore. It just looks like she's not wearing anything at all. They're very subtle, and they're also nice for a cold day. They keep your hands nice and warm, while not distracting from your outfit.
And how much would those run?
These are 5,000 gold. Or a similar offer that I made to your friend.
So, something a good night's sleep would take care of.
Oh, yeah, something, this, maybe 2 nights. But no, something that would not be a permanent detriment, obviously.
And then, I noticed this, dagger over here.
Oh, yes, this one over here?
Yes.
And she lifts it, and she pulls it, it's in a leather sheath. It sort of looks like there was a little bit of the metal peeking out, that that caught your eye, but the sheath that it's in is sort of just like a worn, normal-ish kind of looking leather. And she says this one is incredibly handy, especially for a party of adventurers, for it tends to alert the wearer if someone is trying to sneak up on you. The wielder of this weapon will be given a... What does it do? Hold on. If someone's trying to sneak up on you in your sleep, If you have this on you, you will wake up before they can get too close.
And this costs?
Oh, for this, I would certainly want some sort of life experience from you, perhaps. Maybe something that you find that isn't you learned long ago and isn't useful anymore. Or maybe a talent that you have that you find you don't have much use for.
How would you feel about my knowledge around using hand crossbows?
That could certainly be. I would find that a good compromise, perhaps. Maybe not. How about all crossbows?
I mean, by all means, I will give you all of my crossbow knowledge.
All right, I'll accept that deal.
Didn't
She
you
holds
just
out-
buy a new crossbow?
I did not.
It's a short bow. She
Yep.
holds out her hand for you to shake.
I shake it.
And then as soon as you shake it, you feel a little tingly.
Mhm.
It's not a bad feeling, but you feel kind of weird for half a second.
Yep.
And then she lets your hand go, and she puts the dagger in it.
And she has my experience with hand crossbows. And nothing
She
else.
has your proficiency with crossbows.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So
I-
you're no longer proficient in any sort of crossbow.
Right, but I was only proficient in hand crossbows, so I
Yes.
wasn't lying. I
No.
just not proficient in any other type of crossbows.
Well, all crossbows are. It's now all crossbows.
And I'll also take those silvery gloves of yours as well.
All right. Like I said, this will take a little bit of. You may feel tired.
By all, that's totally acceptable.
All right, and she holds out her hand again.
And I grab her hand.
And instead of feeling tingly, you just suddenly feel really, really tired. And as she takes her hand away and hands you the gloves, you now have 2 points of exhaustion.
Excellent.
This is gonna go really well when we have to fight something horrible in the water, you guys.
I know.
We're gonna sleep
I
first,
put
though.
my gloves on, and I put my dagger at my side.
All right.
You should send me all the details later.
I will.
and
You can look them up. They're in the DMG. The
Oh.
gloves are they are the gloves of thievery, and the dagger is a weapon of warning.
Okay. Perfect.
I am interested in this belt and this hammer.
Oh, if you'll excuse me for saying so, but I thought that you might be. And she lifts the hammer up, and she seems to struggle with it a little bit. She doesn't really seem to be all that, like, brawny of a lady.
Mhm.
But she lifts it, and she says, "This I got from a journey that I took several years ago to the north. And I found it to be very interesting that the way it was perfectly suited for dwarves and dwarven kin. It is a... And Daniel
I
thinks
have
he knows what it
advantage
is.
on initiative rules!
For the, what, for the gloves?
For the weapon of warning.
Oh, yeah.
You have what?
Advantage on initiative rolls.
Oh!
So this particular item, it does quite a lot of damage, but only when wielded by a dwarf. And it also has a particular property that it tends to, it tends to return to the person who has thrown it. And she sort of like lifts it with both hands for you to hold and to see the balance of.
I assume I can hold it in one hand and be fine as long as I'm not moving it up.
No, it's just like it looks like it's the size of a standard warhammer.
Okay.
And when you lift it, it's like it's got various you recognize them as from stories that your father's told you of various like great battles that dwarves throughout history, like legendary ones, have told, that are carved engraved into the sides of it.
And the cost for this?
Oh, this one is I'm rather partial to this one. I would take, as I was saying to your friend, I do appreciate talents. So if perhaps you had two or three of those that you were willing to give up, or something to that effect. essentially, to be plain language, DM speaking, for this item, I will allow you to pay 2 skills. And the way this works is if you pay these 2 skills in the future, you will not have any bonuses to those skills at all. Like, it doesn't matter what your ability score as that is. You have no bonuses to any attempt you make to that skill.
It's a straight roll.
It's just a straight roll. No bonuses at all.
And the belt?
Oh, the belt. And she goes over and she lifts it down from the where it's hanging on the wall. Honestly, I'm not entirely certain that you would need this, given that you are a rather robust figure of dwarvenness, if I may say so myself. Though taller than other dwarves I've met. But it tends to bring out the best in its wearer, the brawniest. It is a belt of dwarven kind.
And what would the cost for that be?
This one, maybe a single talent, or perhaps if there's a language you're not using. Or I also will accept gold.
What would the gold amount be on this one?
This is a measly 6,000 gold.
Take a moment to consider.
I have some other items, maybe that you're interested in. I have some potions and rings, though if you do not mind me saying so, you don't seem much like a jewelry person. But you do strike me as a warrior, and this might interest you perhaps. I have this other ring, and she runs over to the little thingy. Not really runs, it's a smallish room.
We walk.
Walks briskly. And she says, this particular ring, it tends to make one... I find that when you wear it, you have less time. You're able to travel more freely over rough territory, and you generally, it's hard to slow one down when they're wearing this ring. It seems to lighten you up and make you more ease of travel.
And what would the cost of that be?
Oh, similar to the belt. But the rest of you, Agnes, if I recall, have you come to any sort of thoughts about the items that I showed you? Or maybe there's something else that I can tempt you with?
So Agnes is still thinking about the robe, but
Okay.
we'd also like to know about close range, any kind of magical close range, like simple melee weapons.
So, a short sword perhaps, or a dagger?
Yes.
Well, I have, as I said, I
I
have...
have proficiency in short swords. I know I have proficiency in daggers.
Okay.
Go on. I'm just looking.
Flower just.
No, not short sword. Daggers or quarterstaffs. Those are the only short range that
What sort of a fighter are you?
mostly a magical one,
So,
but sometimes
well, are you interested in dealing lots of damage, or are you interested in perhaps incapacitating your opponent?
he thinks about that for a moment. Incapacitation sounds actually more what I would like.
Style?
Yeah.
Well, I have this, and she pulls out, she opens a drawer in the same little cabinet that the horse statue's on, and she pulls out another dagger, and this one has a, it's got like a scalloped edge on one side, and it looks very sharp and kind of wicked, and, she says, this will poison whoever it's embedded into.
In what way?
Well, as I said, when you stab someone, the magical essence leaches out into their body, and it's similar to a poison. It will slow them down. It tends to make one's opponent a little weaker.
Okay. And what about weapons that do a lot of damage?
Well, it's similar to the bows that I showed you earlier. I have ones that are imbued with various elements like fire or cold or acid, if you wanted to get fancy.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about the lightning one again that you showed me earlier?
The lightning bow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, every arrow shot from this is also imbued with a little bit of a spark that discharges when it hits.
Oh, fuck. I only am proficient in light crossbows.
It's a good thing you didn't give that up.
Yep. Do you have any crossbows?
I have one or two, probably. And she looks around, and there's a couple of crossbows. There's some larger ones, but she doesn't seem to have a whole heck of a lot of those. And she hums a little bit, and then wanders over to one side and sort of plucks a smaller crossbow out, and she says, "Yes, this one doesn't have a similar effect as the longbow, but it is better than your standard crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
It has a truer aim."
Mm-hmm. Now Agnes kind of thinks this over and then finally says, okay, so the cloak,
Yes.
and then those rings that would store magical energy,
Yes.
what are you asking for those?
Well, the cloak, you would simply feel like your friend. You would feel a little tired, perhaps. But the ring, that I'm going to require talent. But I'm sure that you have something you're not using. For instance, in my youth, I was taught a good deal of woodworking from my father. And whoever uses woodworking these days, honestly?
Mm-hmm.
It's a similar thing where it would be for the cloak, it would cost you exhaustion points.
Right.
The ring, you could give up a language or a skill.
Can I give up a skill I'm not proficient in?
Yeah.
Then I'm doing that.
Okay. But you have to. You have to. I should specify. You should tell me what skill that you're.
Athletics.
Also, Silverall. Which skill are you giving up?
Hmm?
Oh no, Therius. Sorry, Therius. What skills
Yeah.
were you giving up?
If I wanted all 3 items,
Okay.
could I give up? It's hard to choose. Arcana and
All right. Well, I'll let you think about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were to give up athletics, the way it would work is that no matter what happened throughout the rest of the game, you would never get a bonus in that. It would always just be a straight roll.
Yeah. Strength isn't my strong suit, and I'm already at a +0 on that anyway.
Okay.
And I never fucking use athletics. So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give that.
All right. So, yes, I can certainly take that.
Okay.
And she holds out her hand for you.
And I
I'm sorry. Are you
not
for this?
begrudgingly, but I hesitate at first, and then I take her hand.
Okay. So this is for the ring.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you hold her hand, and you feel a little. There's like a tingling sensation. You feel a little weaker.
Uh-huh.
It's as soon as she lets go, it's fine. But yeah, you feel a little bit weaker, and then she gives you the ring, and it is
What's
a
the
ring.
ring called?
It's called the Ring of Spell Storing.
Okay. And how much gold is it worth?
I think she told you 24,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
24,000.
did you trade for that?
She traded athletics for that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
And then-
put an X next to athletics on your skills list.
Oh, I just put in where you would normally put if you're proficient in it. I just put 0. And
Yeah,
it'll just say
but it's like, yeah, it's literally.
yeah, but
No
it's like
matter, it's like the way it works is no matter what happens, like if you get your strength increased magically, if your skill, if your ability modifier checks later, never.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the cloak,
Okay, and she offers her hand again.
and I take it.
And as soon as you touch it, you feel super tired.
Okay. So plus 1 level.
2 levels.
Oh, 2 levels.
2 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
But
And Flower looks clearly uncomfortable about a lot of these deals.
as soon as you let go, you get a cool cloak.
What is it called?
It is the Cloak of Protection.
And how much is it worth?
I think I said 6,000. 3,500. 3,500.
Okay. And can I get rid of both levels of exhaustion with a good night's sleep?
2 nights sleep.
Oh, 2 nights sleep. Because
One
she
night-
said initially it was 1.
I said nothing that a night's sleep wouldn't fix, and then later on it was, well, maybe 2 was what was said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So I take the cloak.
Yep.
And I put it on. And then I'm gonna start storing things in the ring right now.
Okay. And then she'll turn to Flower, because Flower is clearly very uncomfortable, and she'll say, is there something the matter?
What do you do with all these talents that you accrue?
Well, I take them for myself sometimes. There's occasionally I like to be better at cooking, or I find that I need a particular language to help better communicate. Occasionally that I use them in other trades.
I'm sorry, DM, one more thing.
Yeah.
Is there a limit on how many spells I can store in the rings?
There probably is. Let me read it.
Yeah.
Let me bring that up. Do. Ring of spell storing. The ring can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. So 1 level 5 spell, 5 level 1 spells,
Okay,
any combination
so
in between.
And I already fucked up. Okay. +1. Okay. +1.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So, for those 3 items, would she be willing to accept my, what did I say, Arcana skill,
Mm-hmm.
my religion skill, and my light armor proficiency? Plus these 2 really great bottles of wine?
All right, you've convinced me. All right, so
So what are those items called?
So the dwarven, the belt of dwarven kind, is one of them,
Yeah.
and for that, it's a similar process. You take her hand, and for that, she takes your arcana and your religion.
Okay.
But before she hands over the other hammer, which is a dwarven thrower, she says, "If you don't mind me saying so, you don't really seem the kind to wear armor all that often."
What gave it away?
Well, the well-oiled chest that you've bared seemed to be a little bit of a hint. Is there perhaps another smaller talent that you have that you'd be willing to add as well?
Is it bad that when you said you're trading away your religion, the song Losing My Religion popped into my head?
Nope.
I'm just putting 0 permanently on religion and
Arcana.
arcana with
Yeah.
a okay. I'm alright, I can take quite a few hits.
All right. But I expect this wine to be excellent.
I assure you it is. I did crack open a bottle just a few weeks ago.
All right, and so she does the exchange, and you are no longer proficient in wearing light armor.
Okay.
You can no longer wear light armor. Not that you wore armor to begin with.
Well, if I found something cool and free, I might wear it,
But now you can't.
Yeah, right now not wearing armor is better than wearing armor.
Yeah.
So.
On that front, do you have anything that might better protect me or make me harder to see?
Well, I do have this. And she goes over to another section of the cart, and she rifles through another drawer. It's actually like a drawered chest. And she pulls out a little pouch. And it's a little packet, and she opens it up for you to see. And inside it looks like sort of a sand, almost, like a fine sand. Using this, if you throw it above you, just a little bit, you throw it above you, and, well, you become invisible. However, I can't offer you the whole bag, obviously. This is all I have, and it's only one little pinch that you really need for a time. So I can give you some. It only lasts for a handful of minutes, however.
I think I'll pass on this. If you have anything else that you can recommend, I might be interested in it, but something temporary, probably not what I'm looking for right now.
Well, you said it's harder to hit.
That's also okay. Yes.
Oh, I thought you actually said harder to hit.
Oh, no, like harder to hit, easier to, more protection in some way.
Well, this over there, and she points back at the ring with the hummingbird on it, and she says, it's, if you find yourself in a tight spot, and you think that no matter what, you might be in for a little bit of hurt, this ring can help you negate it completely.
And how frequently can that be used?
Well, it has 3 uses a day, and every day, well, it's a little finicky, you see. Not all of them necessarily come back, but at least one every day.
And you say it negates things completely.
So it is the Ring of Evasion. It has 3 charges, regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. When you fail a dexterity saving throw wearing it, you can use reaction to expend one of its charges to succeed on that saving throw instead.
It's tempting, but I think I'll pass as well.
Too bad.
Yes.
And what is the hammer called?
The hammer is the Dwarven Thrower.
And I had asked for the ring for that amount too. Was that a thing or no?
Which ring?
The ring that we talked about, it makes me like harder to hit or something.
Oh no, the one that makes you quicker and it's the ring of free action.
Uh-huh.
Wearing this ring, difficult terrain doesn't cost you an extra movement. In addition, magic can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained.
And I had asked you for that as part of the deal. Did I get that or no?
You did not ask for the ring as part of the deal. You asked for the belt and the hammer as part of the deal.
I did say all 3 items.
I didn't hear
She
that
did.
part. Oh, well then I didn't hear that part. The ring would be another, it would either be another skill or a language.
Nah.
Oh, what was the ring that wasn't being bought?
What?
It
What
was
was that ring?
a free action.
Okay.
Are you interested in it, perhaps?
So what would it do again?
You cannot be magically, your magic cannot, You cannot be paralyzed or restrained or have your movement reduced by magic, and you are not encumbered by difficult terrain.
Nah.
And then she turns to Atticus and to Flower, and she says, "The both of you have been very quiet this whole time. Is there anything that caught your eye? Is there anything that I can perhaps maybe find for you? I have a lot of things. If you have a concern, I can see if I have something that will handle it."
What languages do you speak?
Oh, I speak a number of languages. I speak Common, obviously, Elvish, Dwarf. I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal. I did speak Gnome at a time, but as I said, most gnomes speak Common these days, so I traded that for something a few years ago. Honestly, I speak a number of them that I've probably forgotten all of them by now.
Druidic?
No, you have to be a druid to speak Druidic.
Speaking of which, do you have anything for a druid?
Oh, I certainly do. Are you looking for a weapon? Or perhaps something that would be a little more utility?
Get the healing bow!
The what?
There was a healing bow she mentioned earlier. Once a day, you can expend you can use its power. Basically, once a day, you can shoot someone with an arrow, and it will heal them instead of doing damage.
I'm not proficient in bows.
Oh, I thought you were.
No. Druids aren't proficient in bows. Unless half-elves are proficient in bows.
I don't think that's like a race thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she goes over to there's like a pile of shoes that's basically like stacked up next to the fireplace, which is very dangerous. And she pulls out a pair of black slippers that have intricately embroidered spider webs all over them. And she says, "These might interest you. These slippers allow you to sort of adhere yourself to any surface, not even if it's and walk upon it as if it was the ground."
How much gold is it worth?
The gold value of these, this is 5,000.
And Flower seems to be looking at them and thinking.
I also have a number of staves, if you're interested in looking at those. You are a druid, so perhaps this one will interest you. It is... where is it? It allows you to have, again, this one has a truer aim than some other staves, should you use it for that purpose. And you can cast a number of spells out of it.
Cast spells out of it.
Yes. For instance, I noticed that you were speaking to Quarrelsome outside earlier. You can do a similar spell through here without using any of your own natural abilities. And also, it has a certain special ability that if you were to plant it into the ground, you can turn it into a tree. How excellent is that? It turns into a tree, and then you can turn it back.
Okay, it turns back. That was the other important question with that.
It does turn back.
Because that seems... let's see.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head out for a few minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
I know of clubs, darts, and sickles. And I can trade you the knowledge of those three for those 2 items.
Oh, well, for the slippers, I would simply require a little bit of your vitality. Something that would just make you a little sleepy, perhaps. But for the staff, I only require just 1 skill or so from you.
And so say just knowledge of clubs?
Well, knowledge of clubs is like a proficiency.
Yeah.
She specifically means a skill.
I know. I'm trying to get out of getting rid of a skill.
Nah, bro. Oh, I just recalled, and this might interest you as well. She points to Agnes. And then she heads to the back and she opens. It's a wardrobe that's meant for clothes, but when she opens it, there's just like more crap shoved inside. And she pulls out this like gold fancy bow, and she says, "This bow is. I've had it for ages. I almost completely forgot it was there. It has this special ability to target one person for all of your anonymity. And when you attack that person, you do it with the swiftness and a trueness against all other enemies."
I don't use bows.
I don't either.
Didn't you ask for a bow? Oh, you asked for crossbows.
Crossbow.
My bad. I got confused as to who asked for what.
Yeah. You can only use
Don't mind
crossbow.
me. Don't mind me. But that's also a thing. Funny if you
The
heard.
tiny child does bows.
Okay, so acrobatics and vitality would get me the spider slippers and the bow, and the
Yeah.
bow staff.
Yes.
Before I hand over my vitality, because I'm currently worried about what might be out there.
With good reason, I suppose.
Yes, do you know of a safe place to sleep for 2 nights?
Well, I was intending to stay here until the ferryman came back.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, there isn't a town within a few hours' walk of here. There is Ravenmore up the road about a day.
We just came from there.
Well, that's the only place I know of nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to sleep here.
We don't really have the time to wait 2 days, Flower. You were just complaining about waiting in Ravenmore 1 day.
True.
Complaining, I guess, is not quite the word I would use.
Would we be able to sleep here
Well,
for the
my sleeping arrangement as it is sort of only suited for one person. For a reasonable fee, I suppose you could sleep in this room, though I don't imagine it would be entirely comfortable. I might have some tents in here if you would like to purchase some, or perhaps simply to borrow them if you were intending to return them in the morning.
Flower says, I'll go ahead and make the deal for the items.
All right. So you take her hand, you immediately feel tired and have 2 points of exhaustion, and you also lose all bonuses that you may have had to acrobatics. But instead, you now have a pair of slippers of spider climbing and a staff of the woodlands. All of these things are in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and I can give you the descriptions, or you can look them up like Wikipedia-esque.
You said staff of the woodlands?
Yeah.
Wonderful. These aren't terrible decisions at all.
Not at all. And you, my boy, is there anything that caught your
Nope.
eye?
I think he said no.
No, that was Agnes who said no.
Oh, okay.
Edekias has not said anything.
What? Sorry.
Is there anything that you were interested in? Is there a magical item that you
Points at Agnes's cloak and says, "Do you have anything like this? Any other ones of these?"
This is actually a very popular item. I might have one in your size. Let me see. And she goes back to the pile of cloaks on the floor, and she does pull one out, another cloak of protection.
So he just holds his hand out instantly.
All right, this will make you feel a little tired.
I'm always tired.
All right. I should warn you, you currently already have a point of exhaustion.
Well, then it's a good thing we're sleeping here, isn't it?
So, all right, so you take her hand, and you now
Yeah.
have a total of 3 points of exhaustion.
Yay.
Just so you know, that means your ability checks are disadvantaged, your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Good.
days.
Cool.
All right, and you are given a cloak of protection.
Cool.
I also have is there any talents that you have that you would like to enhance? Are you a fighter, or perhaps do you use magic as well?
I am a terrible magic user.
Well, maybe we can make you a better one. I have a number of wands and rods.
I think I'm good.
I think that's a smart choice.
This feels
Okay.
like Nocturne Alley from Harry Potter. I don't trust it.
Well,
And yet we all made a deal.
every single one of you has at least got 2 points of exhaustion at this point.
Yep.
I don't.
I'm dead inside.
I just
No, you just
just
can
thought
no
the
longer.
feel permanently.
You just forgot everything you ever knew about like magic or religion.
It wasn't that much to begin with.
All right, so if you gave up a skill, yeah, either put 0 in like pen next to that skill, or just an X, anything that would help you remember that you can no longer add any bonuses to it. If you gave up a proficiency, that crap's gone, erase that. And if you have 2 points of exhaustion, then you're at disadvantage for all ability checks, and then your speed's halved, right? Or is that 3 points?
Speed halved is 2.
Okay, so yeah, you have disadvantage on all ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Okay.
But you all have some cool new crap.
Yeah.
New toys! Which I will
You're
immediately
muted, Daniel.
start attempting to attune to.
Oh yeah, I should tell you which ones require attunement. So Agnes, what did you get again?
The Ring of Spell Storing and the Cloak of Protection.
Cool. Let me double check on those things. Because remember, you can only have a total of, and we can retcon this if you accidentally bought something that you can't be attuned to. The Cloak of Protection requires attunement. You can be attuned to a maximum of 3 things.
I'm not attuned to anything right now.
Okay, great. And I don't think Atticus is either.
Yeah.
So the Cloak of Protection requires attunement. So you have to like hang out with it for half an hour and then you can use it.
Okay, I guess I'm doing that right now.
And then the Ring of Spell Storing also requires attunement.
I'm doing that too.
Cool. And Atticus just got the protection.
Yes.
Therius got the Belt of Dwarven Kind, which I know for a fact requires attunement.
Yes.
And then the Dwarven Thrower does as well.
Okay.
You also got the Ring of Free... No, you didn't get the Ring of Free Action.
Did not get that.
Right.
And my glaive required attunement, is that right?
Your what?
The glaive?
The Glaive... yes, does require attunement. So you're 3 for 3 currently. And then Flower got the Slippers of Spider Climbing,
Yep.
which... And obviously you can swap out your attunements for other things. The Slippers of Spider Climate require attunement. The Staff of the Woodlands... Where are you? Also does.
Okay, so that's 2 attuned items.
Yes.
I have a maximum of 3.
Of a maximum of 3.
Okay.
Unless any of you want to multi-class into Artificer.
I mean, choices.
And then, Daniel, you got the Weapon of Warning.
Yep.
Weapon of Warning requires attunement.
Yep. The Gloves of Thievery, however, do not.
Cool.
Hey, if you have the Weapon of Warning, does that mean we don't have to keep watch anymore?
No, we do, but so long as anyone is close by to me, they can't be surprised, even if I'm sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep.
Right.
So if you were like, if a spell puts you to sleep, you can still be surprised.
Yeah.
But you're also an elf, so spells can't put you to sleep.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, there's that too.
And also, whoever's watch, it may not be an elf, and so if they are all of a sudden asleep, then they could be surprised or whatever, or incapacitated in some way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But every companions within 30 feet of you also cannot be surprised.
Yep.
Okay.
And for flavor, we're gonna say it starts glowing like Sting, because that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So Rayla claps her hands happily. She says, "Wonderful, wonderful. Can I offer you anything to eat? Obviously, for free for wonderful customers. Or I mentioned borrowing a tent if you intended to camp out here until the ferryman came back."
Both of those things would be nice.
Well, all right. Let me see if I have anything large enough for all of you. And then she starts rummaging around again, and she's making sort of like hawing noises and like sounds of like displeasure as she pulls out the wrong thing. And then eventually she huffs and she turns around. She has one rolled up bundle of cloth, and she says, "I have this one tent, but it's only large enough for 2 people."
I can sleep outside.
I mean, I have my own tent as well.
Agnes is considering flirting with this woman to sleep in her bed.
Darius, what did you say?
I have a tent, and also I'm gonna go outside, get a little fresh air.
Okay. Lovely doing business with you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt it. Do I have disadvantage on this?
Yeah, because you're exhausted.
Okay. So Agnes is gonna attempt to flirt with this woman to sleep in her bed.
Cool. Don't roll a 1.
What is Agnes saying?
I don't know yet.
We'll find out when she's rolled. We'll find out when she's rolled.
Okay, so with advantage it's 16.
Disadvantage at 16?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. What do you say?
Hang on. Trying to think what a good line would be. But it's really hard because I'm actually not good at flirting.
You did this to yourself.
I know, I did. I know. I have like an idea of what she would say, but I'm not sure how to put it into words.
Well, you gotta say something, bro.
I know. I'm gonna basically she would say something like,
You can just say like the gist of what she intends to say.
okay, so the gist of what she intends to say is like to flirtingly like say that she can trade another experience for a good night's rest in her bed.
Okay, and you got a 16?
Huh?
You got a 16?
I got a 16.
So she seems to take that as a compliment. She laughs and sort of waves a hand at you, and she says, "Oh, darling, that's very sweet of you. However, you have to do a little bit more for me first than that."
Alright.
But she doesn't kick you out immediately, so there's that.
Alright. I tried.
You didn't roll a 1.
I didn't roll a 1,
Yeah.
but I also didn't roll a 20.
No. But you also get the impression that Rayla is a buy me dinner first kind of gal.
Aw.
Darius is walking down towards the dock to check out what's going on down there, and
Okay.
maybe we'll examine the ferry.
All
I'll
right.
go follow Therius out there as well.
Alright, so as you two are leaving the cart, Quarrelsome makes more noises of displeasure as you walk by him, and then you head over to the dock, and both of you will roll an investigation check.
Darius roughly tells Quarrelsome to be quiet.
Quarrelsome does
I
not understand what you're
love
saying.
rolling a disadvantage. Got a 13.
Okay.
Wasted a natural 20.
Oh, buddy.
Well, I rolled a natural 3 plus 0.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
13.
So you're 13, and in hindsight looks pretty good. So, Therius, you see a dock, and you notice that the ferry is actually, it's a sort of a large flat raft. And it has oars attached to it and a long pole tied to one side of it. And it is just tied simply with rope to the dock. So overall, you see this as well, and you again see the sort of weird sliminess on the wood of the dock, and the foul smell you've been smelling this whole time that Therius seems somehow completely unaware of. You smell it stronger at the end of the dock.
That's good.
And the dock is all slimy.
The dock is kind of gross.
What does the slime look like?
It's kind of like a clear goo. It may be, you're not entirely certain because this isn't really your field. It could be maybe like a weird algae that's grown over it. It could be that the wood is rotting, maybe. You're not entirely certain, but it's like a clear, sort of viscous goo.
Yeah. Therius, do you know anything about this? And I just reach down and I pick up some of the slime and rub it between my fingers.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Can I roll something to know anything about the goo?
Yeah, the fun thing is you would be rolling Arcana.
Nice. Nice.
And you have disadvantage. Oh, no, you don't, because you didn't take exhaustion.
No.
All right.
I was willing to do it. My first roll was an 18.
All right. So you think that this is not a natural goo. From all of the goos you've seen, this does not strike you as a natural goo.
I have seen quite a bit of natural goos from creatures and plants. I ain't ever seen anything like this before.
Do you think Agnes might know more? Or maybe Atticus?
They may.
Flower's gonna wander outside.
All right.
I'm gonna follow Flower.
All right.
Atticus follows everyone else outside.
Atticus stands awkwardly in Rayla's cart for a second before turning and following everyone else.
Just like, bye, see ya.
As I see them all coming out, I'm like, hey, over here.
Yeah, you hear Coralsome making a noise, and you turn around and see everybody leaving, and you're like, hey, come look at this.
Goes over there.
Flower heads over.
Do any of you recognize this or know what this might be? Darius thinks it's not naturally occurring.
What do I roll for this?
It would be an Arcana check for anyone who wants to give it a go.
With disadvantage.
At disadvantage if you are exhausted.
What
Yeah,
is the disadvantage?
At disadvantage, I got 19.
Nice.
These are the two that I rolled.
Aww. Sad face.
The door, he runs out, and then he runs back, and there's nothing out there. He's barking and growling something all night.
I got a 5.
Flower, you know nothing. You're just like, slime. It's just
Wait, because what is disadvantage?
you
Just
roll
take
twice
away.
and take the lower one.
Oh,
Hey, look,
16.
puppy!
What do you get again?
16.
So yeah, you similarly like this does not seem good. Agnes, you look at it and you're like, you know that not only is this not a natural goo, but it also isn't the kind of goo that like it's a little tingly on your fingers, you give it a little smell, and you know that this is like it's like almost a magical byproduct of something. And you looking at it, you also on a hint, you step to the end of the dock, and it smells bad here. And you look into the water, and you sort of reach your hand down into the water as well, and scoop up a little bit in your hand, and you can tell that the water has been magically fouled.
I relay this information to my team.
That's not good.
But I don't know
Well-
what kind of magic it is.
You can. It's not like. It's not like a school of magic.
Okay.
Hmm. I mean, we could go ask Rayla about this and just see if she knows anything. Otherwise,
You said it's not a school of magic?
It isn't a. She does not. She doesn't really associate this with any sort of school of magic. No.
Could I do a nature? No. Nature, maybe?
You can go for it, bro.
Uh, 11. Stupid disadvantage.
Yeah, you're like, it's weird slime. Apparently it's magic slime. You don't know what it is.
I'm not sure what this is.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh my god.
Should we ask? What's her name again?
yeah.
Rayla?
Rayla.
Rayla, yeah.
Should we ask Rayla?
We did not. Well, how late in the day is it?
It's like midday. Well, no, actually, no. You were traveling for the whole day, so it's like the sun is setting currently.
So I was muted, but previously Therius said that the barge looks like something he could totally handle, and we should probably just load up and try and cross now.
Aetherius, I think you are proficient in vehicles of some kind, aren't you?
I don't think so. I think that's my other character.
Oh, then I might be projecting your other character.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's getting to be evening, should we camp here and then go in first thing in the morning?
We should.
Oh no.
I'd prefer that than being on this the river thing at night or whatever.
Also, we did kind of trade
Die.
part of ourselves for some new toys.
Worth it.
Like I said, the river is about like 80-ish feet across, and it doesn't have a particularly strong current. From those who know, you know that the southern run is deep, but not particularly fast. At least not here.
I mean, apparently there's some...
If you wish to wait till tomorrow, I guess we can do that.
Yes. Yes.
I think that would be best.
Yeah.
Well, let's set up camp away from the bank.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Cool, cool, cool. So you guys walk away from the edge of the dock. You walk further along. The river is fairly close to the tree line. I would say that there's maybe like 25 feet of ground in this particular area. It looks like it's been unnaturally cleared out. Like man came in and cleared this little pocket of trees out to build a dock and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
In this little hemisphere by the road, there's about 25 feet until the trees, but further along, it's just straight up forest, right up until the edge of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So how far back are you gonna head?
I don't know, wherever anyone else feels comfortable. Midway? Split the baby?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, without any other consensus, that's what we'll do.
Cool. So you guys head to. So like, what was it? It was like give me like a number.
Oh, I don't like this that you're asking for a number.
What was the distance between the forest and the shore?
25
Again?
feet, and then there's the road that goes farther up.
Oh, probably we'd be on the side of the road right before the trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head over that direction and you pop up your tents and whatnot.
And then I will spend an hour attuning to the dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spend a little time. I attune to the warhammer and the belt, and unattune from the glaive so that I can keep a ring of protection.
Okay.
I spend an hour to attune to both the Ring of Spell Storing and the Cloak of Protection.
I spend time to attune to my slippers and my staff.
And then dinner's had and bed.
Who keeps watch first? I'll keep watch first.
No matter what you do, everyone, just stay within 30 feet of, let's say 20 feet from my tent.
I wasn't planning on straying very far from the edge of the tent.
Perfect. And then I go into my tent and I sleep for 4 hours.
Once Flower is attuned to the slippers of spider climbing, she goes up, walks up a tree,
Nice.
and
She just finds a
Subtle.
tree and just like bloop, 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 bloop.
yep,
All
and
right.
settles down one of the branches and goes to sleep up in the tree.
Cool. I highly recommend before using any of your items in battle, make sure that you've read the description through of them. Just like for the future.
Okay.
I'm just saying, for the future. And yes, there is that thing I sent you. Okay, so who is doing watch first?
Me.
Alright, so Agnes, you stay up while everybody else gets into their tents and goes sleepy sleeps, except for, I think, except for Flower, who's probably sleeping outside, I imagine.
She's literally
In the
sleeping in a
tree.
tree.
Yeah, I was just, like, assuming you weren't bringing a tent into a tree or something.
No, she's not
Just,
bringing
like,
a tent into a tree.
Literally one with nature, like, yes.
Stop.
Alright, so you all tuck in.
Mm-hmm.
And night falls. Everything is quiet. There's the normal sounds of bugs and various aquatic insects. There's the sounds of birds. Quarrelsome lies down and seems to go to sleep. And after about 4 hours or so, nothing bad has happened. Agnes, if you wanted to, I don't know what your guys' trade-off for watch was.
Yeah, I don't know who goes second.
I'll go.
You
Okay.
just wake somebody up.
Yep, I wake Darius up and I go to sleep.
Okay.
What the fuck was my password?
Password.
I'm asleep now.
Therius, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Ruh-roh. That'd be a critical fail -1.
Oh man. Oh man. Buddy old pal. Okay, so you feel a presence. You have this overwhelming feeling that even though you aren't alone at all because the rest of your party is here, you are even more not alone anymore.
I'm not alone here.
Oh, you're even less alone. You have this overwhelming presence in your mind, like you aren't even alone in your own head. And for some reason, even though this would normally be a shocking and even alarming feeling, you are soothed by this. For some reason, this feels like a calm presence in your mind. It's like the heavy weight of a blanket that's sort of lulling you into a state of acceptance and relaxation. And for some reason, you think, this is fine. And in your head, you hear a voice. And the voice tells you, come to the water.
Oh no.
And for some reason, you trust this voice.
I get up and start walking for the water.
All right. It's at this point that, Soverall, you were meditating, presumably.
Yeah, I mean, I've been up this, like, now
And
been 4 hours, so.
your dagger basically does like a text message buzz. It vibrates. Like, hey, something's going on, bro.
I yell, everybody get up.
What's
Uh,
up? Up. Arise.
Something's happening, and I get out of my tent, and I look around.
You look around and you see Therius just walking towards the stream, the river.
Therius, what are you doing?
I'm just heading down to the river.
No.
Why?
Aren't you on watch?
Okay, Moana.
What does Soverall say?
Aren't you on watch?
Yeah, I think I need to check something out down here.
What? What? Come, no, come back.
I run up to Therius
My
Okay.
speed is like 40 feet. I
and
feel
tried to
edge of
grab him
Or,
and
well, I
yank
mean,
him
it's
back.
up to whether you would you can stop. Like the voice in your head just say come to the water. It's not compelling you forward. You just think that sounds like a good idea.
I feel like with a critical fail, I'm not compelled, but I'm like, let me check it.
But apparently Atticus is trying to tackle you.
Yes.
So
Is Atticus exhausted too, or not?
Atticus has still 3 points of exhaustion because
So
one of you
Atticus'
slept
speed is
8 hours.
halved.
Yeah, so unless Therius is stopped, Atticus physically cannot catch up to him.
I'm still running after him, though. Best that I can.
Atticus is going real
Just
fast, but Therius
just
is
yelling.
basically
Stop
like,
it. Don't
there.
do that. You fool. What are you doing?
Darius, you're
So I
scaring the kid.
I'd probably stop.
Darius, I'm scared. Come back.
I'd probably stop 7 feet away from the water's edge and just sort of quickly scan for anything.
you don't. I mean, roll a perception check.
That's another natural 1.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You literally don't see anything, at all. Everything seems totally normal to you, except that Atticus seems really freaked out for some reason that you cannot figure out. It's like,
Well-
did he have a bad dream or something? Like, what?
So seeing that everything looks totally normal, I just turn around and walk back to the group.
And the voice in your head says, no, come to the water.
Darius, come back here.
And
But
you
it's
can,
not-
you can,
Is it not compelling me?
it's just it's a little bit more of it's not necessarily compelling, but it's a little bit more of insistent, but you still don't feel alarmed at all by this voice. Like, this voice just seems it's as if a really good friend was telling you to do something, but oh, I just need you to do this.
Okay, I would then stop probably about 15 feet away at that point and say, why? There's nothing out there, out loud.
Just out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice says, I want to see you. Come to the water.
Well, I didn't see you when I was out of the water.
Darius, why are you talking to yourself?
You're too far away. You have to come closer.
You guys can't hear that?
Here,
No.
what?
Please get away
Wait,
from the
on
water.
for just a second. I'm looking up a spell that Flower's about to do with her new fancy staff.
And the voice comes again louder and says, come into the water. You can't see me until you're in the water.
It wants me to come into the water, you guys.
Don't do
The
that.
thing
bad
is, you kind of want to go into the water too.
Yeah. I didn't see it when I was at the surface, but maybe I could get a better idea of what we're looking at if I go into the water.
I swear, if you go into the water, you're dead to me.
Oh, no.
At this point, Agnes is now trying to go to Therius and be like, stop.
I, at this point, have my bow drawn.
Okay.
No, when Agnes
Guys.
go in, you're dead to me, Therius is like, wait. That triggered something maybe this is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice in the water. Your friends don't want you to come here.
Guys.
Yes, Flower.
Thank you. I've only been trying to do this for about 30 times. Flower's gonna cast Wall of Thorns right at the edge of the water.
Okay. You're casting it with the wand, with the staff?
Yes, so that uses one of the charges.
Cool. Just keep track of those.
Yep. So it makes for 10 by 10 by 5 foot blocks twice your caster level. So it's a 5 foot thick wall of tangled brush bearing sharp thorns as long as a human's finger.
Okay.
And there is...
It's 5 feet long?
It's 5 feet deep,
Okay.
and then it's 10 feet long.
Okay.
How
So
many long? 10?
10.
10, so that's twice plus my caster level, so I make 8, so it's an 80-foot long wall of thorns along
What's
the river.
the caster level of the wand?
It's my caster
It
level.
uses
Okay.
hers. And how high is it?
10 by 10 by 5, so
Okay.
it's 10 feet tall.
And the voice, Therius, the voice in your head this entire time has been gentle and soothing and sort of coaxing. And now it is not. Now it's a deep, sort of inhuman voice. and it just says, now.
Oh,
And this
dear.
time you do feel compelled to go to the water.
Do I get to make another saving throw?
No, you do not.
Guys, but I gotta go, and I turn around and start walking back to the water.
There's a wall of thorns in her way. In your way, excuse me.
Darius would use the glaive and start chopping through
Yeah, before Therius gets there, even I would shoot an arrow to try to hit Therius in the leg such that he falls to the
You're
ground
gonna hit there. All right, roll to hit Therius.
with my new +1 short bow. It's only gonna be a 15 to hit.
Does that hit?
Not with my newly attuned items, it doesn't.
You miss. You were aiming for the back of his calf, attempting to hit him so that he would have to stop moving, but it just goes straight by his leg and buries itself into the ground as Therius keeps walking. And Therius draws his glaive and he starts hacking at the wall of thorns, carving parts of it out as he tries to cut his way through.
Flower reaches out and then casts Hold Person on Therius.
All right, so Therius has to make a saving throw.
What kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
Yep.
Oh, man.
We already know that you failed one of those this evening.
Pretty badly.
Natural 20.
Oh! I love it. Oh my god. All right, so Therius, you feel a momentary stiffness in all your joints, like as if you had like a full body cramp for just half a second, and then it's gone completely. You just sort of like power through, and you keep going, and you hack.
I really gotta get in the water.
I'm casting Mage Armor on myself right now.
Okay, you do so.
I'm shooting Therius in the leg again.
All right, roll for it. At this point, actually, I'm gonna have everybody roll for initiative because
Okay.
you're in combat with each other.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm gonna call your name and then tell me what your initiative is.
We all roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, initiative rolls count as a skill check, so you have disadvantage if you are exhausted.
Except for me, who
Except for you, who cancels out. So I'm gonna call your name, and then you'll tell me what your initiative modifier is, and I gotta find something to write this down with, because why didn't I have paper? Wrong pen. Alright. So, I'm actually gonna do the ranges. So, over 20. Nobody? Okay, 15 to 20.
19.
Alright.
Mother!
10 to 15.
11.
Jeez, really, guys? Crap.
This is amazing. I'm
5
so
to
happy.
10.
got 8.
9.
Okay. Guys, oh my god. And then, what did Atticaius get?
2. Fuck!
Okay. Alright, so Therius, you were first. And you
I
were...
continue attempting to hack through the wall.
Yep, you are doing so. You, every round, I'm gonna say you are able to hack a Therius-sized hole 1 foot deep in. You've already been hacking for a time, so you have done 1 foot already. There are 4 feet left of this wall for you to go through. So this round, you hack another.
May I make a strength check to attempt to hack better?
Yes, you can. And also, don't forget the glaive gives you bonuses to some stuff, I believe, doesn't it?
I think this is bonus to health.
A bonus to attack and damage rolls.
+1.
And your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level you have attained, so there's that as well.
Yep. And so if it's just like a flat strength check with just the modifier, it's a 16.
I would say because you're using a weapon you are proficient in, you get to add your proficiency bonus.
19?
Okay, so you do 1.5 foot.
Yeah, 19.
So you do an additional 6 inches of hacking better.
Wonderful.
All right. It is now Agnes's turn.
Can I try and persuade?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try and persuade him to come back.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Your disadvantage.
Yeah, that's not the 12.
So you basically were like, Therius, come on, just come back to us. Let's talk about this. And Therius is like, nah, I'm gonna go to the water.
Not good.
I gotta go to the water, guys. Apparently it's nice in there, and you are trying to keep me away from something nice.
Agnes, you can still move. Would you like to move?
I'm gonna move closer, yeah.
All right, so you are only like 25 feet up away, so you can get up to Therius. You can't do anything to him, but you can get up to him.
I'm gonna get up to him, but I'm gonna stay like far enough away that he can't hit me with what he's currently swinging with.
Okay, so you'd be 15 feet away then.
Okay.
Next up is Flower.
Okay. I'm annoyed at myself because I don't have my handbook handy. I just have my notes, and I want to turn into a bear.
I can see if I have the monster manual. I can see if I can.
It should just be in the player's handbook.
Okay, well, hold on. Where's that? There it is.
I can take a picture and just send it to you.
Yeah,
too.
Daniel,
About
do that,
there.
please. Because you have it handier. I've just got, like, piles of crap on my lap right now. Multiple books open. Therius is just whistling away.
Yep.
Doing some aggressive gardening, as is his, like, the second time in this campaign. It's aggressive gardening, guys.
Christina, are you saying the dwarf is whistling while they work?
Yes. Alright, so you're turning into a bear?
That's what I'm gonna double check that I want to do. Hang on.
Alright. After Flower is Silverall. Silverall, have an idea what you want to do.
I already know. What I'm
Okay, I'm gonna turn into a brown bear
Okay.
and goat and basically go and tackle
Therius?
Therius.
Alright, so you're going to make a contested athletics check.
Which is strength, right?
Yes.
Ah.
It's a good thing you didn't give up athletics.
Just me.
Just Agnes.
Yep. And with a brown bear, I get +4 to that. Ha ha ha.
However, you are still at disadvantage for being exhausted.
That's amazing.
Mother, no! Oh
I've been looking
Oh,
forward
no.
to this for a time.
What'd you get? What'd you get? Me too!
Really?
no! We both got natural ones?
Oh my god. Okay, so the thing about this is, technically you both fail, but when it comes to grappling, the tie goes to the defender. So...
I get +4, does that help?
I get +7.
Damn it!
Freaking belt of dwarven kind, bro. So Flower the brown bear comes in and attempts to grapple Therius by just basically bear hugging him. And
Yes,
Therius
literally.
literally just goes like, boop, and pops out on the other side.
I
It's
prefer
just
the
like-
idea that Therius just flips Flower over him
Just
and
like,
then
is like,
continues.
no. Basically, you are just put aside. As Therius, who is much stronger than you remember him being, moves you. And then keeps
Self
going.
of dwarven kind is actually Constitution. That's just my strength.
Really? Jesus Christ. Alright, cool.
With my proficiency bonus.
So that is your movement and your action. Any bonus actions you want to take?
I don't have bonus actions.
Never mind then. Soveral, it's you. Go.
All right.
Live in your dreams.
How far away am I from?
If you did not leave
There's-
the campsite, you
Yeah.
are 25 feet away.
All right. And there's tents nearby, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna hide behind a tent really fast.
Alright, roll for that. On disadvantage. But actually, no,
Yeah.
cancels out. Cancels out.
Okay, because why does it cancel out?
Because you have for stealth, doesn't the thieves...
No,
No, it doesn't cancel out. Never
it
mind.
adds a lot of stuff to like sleight of hand shit.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Alrighty. Well, that's gonna be like a 13.
All right. So you basically crouch behind a tent.
All right. And I will fire an arrow at Therius.
Okay.
I'm guessing that Therius sees me.
What's Therius's passive perception?
My passive perception is 9.
Okay. But however, the thing about this is the weapon of warning. Therius is technically still your ally, and you're within 30 feet of him. So
Can't be surprised.
He
that
can't be
he's
surprised,
not,
so this is not a surprise attack.
but not surprised. And it would be I'm hidden, but not surprised.
Yes, so this isn't a surprise attack, is a thing. And, well, no, but Flower's technically still within melee range.
Right, so it'd still be sneak attack
It'll
regardless.
still be sneak attack damage.
Is this with
Yes.
advantage or not?
It's not advantage.
'Kay.
So, yeah.
This is the weirdest battle I think I've ever seen.
There's so many rules we have to stack for
And
this
guess
moment.
what? A 15 does not hit again.
You miss again. This time the arrow flings by Therius' head and launches itself in the thorny wall.
Therius, stop.
We're begging you.
No candies.
Or later, we will have to actually incapacitate you. We do not want to do this.
I wish I could, kinda, guys. I kind of wish I could, but I can't.
Atticaius, it is now your turn.
Oh God.
Fireball.
You are near you are near him because you said you ran up ahead of time. So yes.
Yes.
Are you get to
Okay.
choose because the whole span of the beach is within your movement. Actually, no, because you're half movement. So you are 15 feet down the beach, which means you are 10 feet away from him.
Okay. I'm gonna try to cast sleep on him.
Okay, go for it. You're gonna try and cast sleep on the barbarian. Go for it, friend.
Yep. Alright. I'm gonna... Okay. Hold on.
Roll well.
I'm gonna die.
And
Are you
can-
casting in such a way that you will only hit Therius and not anyone else?
Yeah, because he is surrounded
Yes.
by other people.
Okay.
I'm still.
I'm gonna do...
What was
I'm...
it? 15 feet away?
You're 15 feet away.
What?
Yeah.
Agnes is 15 feet away. Flower is within 5 feet. Atticaius is with 10. Soverall is hiding behind a tent.
But not so well.
Not that great. No.
Okay. So... I got... Wait. Because I just rolled just to see if I can do it, right?
No, you don't have to roll to do it. Depending on what level you're casting the spell at.
Okay.
I can walk you through it if you need be.
Yes, because...
All right. So sleep. What happens?
Ugh.
Sleep hits automatically. However, you
Okay.
and I have a special thing.
Yes.
So you can cast your level 5s. You can cast up to 3rd level spells, I believe. Correct?
Yes.
So the way sleep works is that you did this before once, I believe. You
Yes.
roll a number of dice. I think it's 5d8.
Okay.
You add them up, and if they reach or exceed the creature you're targeting's hit points, that creature falls asleep.
Okay. All right,
So
let me roll these then.
it's a first level spell. However, for every level above first you cast it at, you get an additional d8. Or is it 2d8?
I think it's 2d8.
It might be 2d8. So for instance, if it's 5d8 at level 1, at level 2, it would be 7d8. At level 3, it would be 9d8.
Yep, it's 2d8 for each level above. And 5d8 base.
So, okay, so 9. So can I try and roll it at the highest I can do it?
You're going to cast it at level 3?
Alright, let me roll all these then.
Is that
Hold
a
on.
yes, though? Is
Yes.
That, okay, so
Yes.
you have to do something special, though.
Great.
Because you're casting a high-level spell, I need you to roll me a d20.
Okay.
And you can add your spellcasting ability modifier, which for a wizard I think is intelligence.
Yes.
I can add it?
You can add it, yes.
Okay. Which is wisdom, which is 17.
Okay, so you can cast the spell.
Okay, cool.
So you can
Alright,
roll
so
9d8.
Let me roll 9 of these.
Roll all
Please,
8.
God. Please, God.
You still can't put me to sleep, actually.
If what?
Even if you roll all 8s, you can't put me to sleep.
No?
No, I
So-
have 81 hit points right now because of my glaive.
And
Oh,
the
fuck.
maximum you can do is 72.
So then there's no point in rolling
no
then, because I
point.
can't do it.
So you cast it, and you know the magic worked. You know that you cast the spell, but Therius seems unaffected.
Of course.
Do all the fish in the water behind Therius just fall asleep?
All of them fall asleep, but none of you know that. You hear a couple fewer frogs.
Why does it have to be... Why does it have to be him?
I'm so excited. All right, Theri, unless you want to do anything else. Atticus, you can move, and I don't know if you have bonus actions.
I don't believe so.
Okay, you can move if you like.
No,
Can I-
that's the way this could have happened.
Can I move in front of him in his way?
You cannot, because he is halfway through a wall.
Okay.
You can move up to him.
I will move up to him.
All right,
And
move up to
just
him.
just either try to yank him a little or just I'm on his leg. Who knows?
Alright,
I'm
you
just
will-
right there.
On your next turn, you can do an actual thing. Therius, it is your turn.
All right.
So far, no one has been able to affect you with magic or weapons.
I'm like, this is
We're going
fine.
to die.
Gotta go.
So
You can probably come with me. She says the water is great.
What?
You know for sure it's a she?
I don't know, actually. I just assumed.
it's a voice. You can ascribe any gender to it you like.
Okay.
I
So
failed to
for
put
my
popcorn in my mouth.
when I continue busting through this, I got really high. If I can use athletics, I got 25.
Oh snap! Okay, so you do another. Your aggressive gardening is like on point. You do another 2 feet. So you are down to, it was 5. You have now done. You have like half
3
a foot, or yeah, you have like 2.5 foot and a half left of this wall. That flower is put up.
Sweet. And yeah, that's it for now.
All right. Next up is Agnes. Agnes, you are within 15 feet of the Raging Gardener.
Is it Agnes or is it Flower?
No, it's Agnes.
Yeah.
It goes after Agnes.
Right.
I realize now that I have 1 point of inspiration held over from when Tristan was DMing.
And you have yet to use it.
I've yet to use it. I feel like this was not the time to use it, though. I'm excited.
I'm enjoying this so much.
This is fun.
I have chosen the one character who is in the prime position to wreck all of you.
Thinking. How many hit points do you have?
We don't know.
You don't know exactly, but you know that it's more than a 3rd level sleep spell can handle.
Oh, yeah, that's all I can do, too.
If someone would actually damage me first, it might work.
Hang on a second.
You're just like, hit me!
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Hit me, bitch, and then I might
Silk
rage.
rolls in the back, trying desperately to hit you.
I keep on rolling fucking 7s.
There's a spell I never used, but hang on.
Then use it.
Yeah, give it a shot. Let's blow all of your spells on me so that you don't have any to fight whatever this thing is.
We're gonna kill this thing in the morning. We're like running the fuck away from here. Hunting back
If we
with
can
stuff.
get him away from the water, we might not have a choice right now.
That too.
Yeah, I never get to use this, so I want to use it.
Alright, go for it.
So I'm using Shatter, which means you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Really?
What is the rage of Shatter?
It's within 10 feet, centered on a point.
Okay, where are you centering it?
Just past Therius, so that it only hits him.
Okay.
So that it's behind the wall and will maybe break the wall.
The wall will probably
Yeah.
take damage. What did you get?
Yeah. Well. Huh?
Oh, I didn't roll yet. I'm just excited that I get to break through the wall faster, probably.
I want to break free.
My Constitution saving throw is an unnatural 20.
Well, fuck you.
But I think you still take half damage.
He does. So hang on. Where
And
am I?
it's thunderous damage, if I am not mistaken.
It is.
Oh, and it's only inorganic material that takes damage.
Oh, so the wall's fine
Oh.
then.
Oh,
No, it says a creature made of inorganic materials. It's metal or stone has disadvantage. So hard to say.
Let me read it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if it would do damage to Therius, it would
Yeah.
also do damage to a wall.
Yeah.
It depends on how much damage is done by the
Yep.
spell.
so Therius takes 7 damage.
Okay, so a maximum of 14?
Yeah.
Flower, does the wall have like a hit die, or is it just a wall?
It's just a wall.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the wall is still there. It shakes, but it's still present. Therius, you take 7 damage, and you're gonna have to make another wisdom saving throw.
Sweet. -1, so 18.
All right, Therius, you take this thunderous damage, and it shakes you through your whole body, and you don't feel different, perhaps, but you no longer feel compelled to go near the water. In fact, that soothing presence that was in your mind, you don't really feel that much anymore. And it's not like you felt it leave. It's just like you didn't even notice a transition. It's just you suddenly are like, oh, that's not there anymore.
Okay.
And Agnes is gonna scream, Therius, come back.
All right. Technically, unless Therius is going to attack someone, you are no longer in... Actually, hold on. Crap, wait. I just remembered something. Make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Which one do I want to use? This one.
Successful one.
Two.
2?
Real? Oh, God. This was not intentional.
I'm riding at a -1 from a wisdom, guys.
This is just a series of events that have made the perfect storm. So, while the urge to go into the water is faded, while the presence in your mind has faded completely, the pain that you've experienced, it's lingering in you, and it boils this unbelievable rage inside of you, and you find yourself unable to even think about anything other than the fact that someone has caused you pain. So you are now berserk.
Ooh, what does that mean?
On your turn, you must use your action each round to attack the creature nearest with you with your glaive.
Hi. So
If you can make extra attacks as part of the attack action, you use those extra attacks.
Sweet.
Moving to attack the nearest creature after you fell your current target. If you have multiple possible targets, you will attack one at random.
Okay.
You are berserk until you start your turn with no creatures within 60 feet of you that you can see or hear.
Guys,
Flower's gonna die.
so slow compared to me.
Yeah. Yeah, this is part of that thing that I texted you earlier about.
I love this.
So technically you're still within combat. Flower, it is now your turn. Therius is no longer attacking the wall of thorns. He is in fact turned around to face Agnes, but technically you are closer.
Yep.
Teeth barred, eyes bulging a little bit, a little spittle coming out.
Wait, I thought Flower was closer.
Yeah, I did say Flower was closer, but you were the one who did damage, so he looks at you because you did the damage, but then he sees that Flower is closer. However, it is Flower's turn.
Yep. Flower drops the bear thing because she still doesn't know quite what's about to happen.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Hold Person again.
All right.
Okay.
So that means you need to make a.
All of the wisdom saving throws.
Yep.
All of the wisdom saving throws for Therius.
2.
Thank God.
All right, Therius, you feel that full body cramp sensation again, but this
No.
time it lingers and you freeze in place. And no matter what you do, you find you are unable to move.
at the end of each of your turns, you can make another successful. You can try to make another wisdom saving throw.
God,
But
imagine what would have happened if you'd actually bought the Ring of Free Action and were immune to magical paralyzation.
Oh, Jesus.
Part of me wishes I had, but
Imagine what would have happened. Oh man, no,
I'd
but yes.
be dead. I'd be dead.
All right, so yeah, you were paralyzed.
okay.
Agnes, do you want to do anything else?
Oh, can I just
Flower,
yell,
sorry.
don't attack?
Flower says that. Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, it is your turn.
All right. So I will back up around. If I back up about 15 feet or so, can I still see Therius?
Well, you will be backing up into heavy trees, so I'd have you make a roll a perception check.
Let me see my character sheets. How is this going to?
I am tickled by this fight. I'm tickled.
I'm so glad.
Can I denote Therius as not an ally currently?
Yes. You sense, seeing the look on his face, his frozen face, you're like, that dude's gonna attack some people.
All right. Well, Therius is not currently a friend, so is not an ally, and so I will move to another tent and hide
Okay.
behind that one.
All right.
And we have an 18 to hide
With disadvantage?
with disadvantage.
Excellent. All right. You feel like you are hidden?
All right. So if I'm rolling to hit Therius, is that it with advantage or?
It's, well, Therius is frozen.
Therius
I'm
is
gonna
frozen.
say yes.
Well, because I'm also hidden, and the hidden is what gives me advantage here.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
paralyzed, and any attack rolls against me have advantage.
Only if
All
they're
right,
within
so you
5 feet of you.
automatically.
No,
that's-
it's attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Oh shit.
All right,
Well,
so you automatically have advantage. Just go for it.
cool.
Go for it, bro.
The 5-foot rule is for prone.
Did you miss again?
I got a 5 and a 7 this time. So
Aw.
again, I got a 15 to hit.
Oh, buddy.
Hmm?
So you shoot another arrow that flies forward and launches itself into the wall of thorns,
Yep,
and you feel a little bit like a failure, and you
A
die
little bit.
a little inside.
I do.
Is that it for your turn?
That is currently it for my turn. Yeah.
All right.
But I'm still hidden because my mist does not reveal my location.
All right, Atticus, it is your turn.
Did I get a turn?
You go first. So you go after Atticus.
End of the round?
So, well, no, because you went on your turn. You went to attack the wall. And then, you attacked the wall on your turn. And then Agnes's turn, she broke the spell that was on you. But because she hit you, you are now in a berserker rage.
Okay.
And then Flower froze you, and Silverl tried to hit you and missed. It's now Atticus' turn, and then it's your turn again. But you can't do anything. You can only attempt to break out of the paralyzation.
Yeah, I just want to know when I can do this.
Yeah, after Atticus goes.
Okay.
Because Atticus rolled a 2.
But Flower did yell out, don't attack.
Yeah, Silverl ignored you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Atticus is just gonna back away.
All right, you back away at half speed. So you can
Yep.
go a maximum of 15 feet away.
Cool, I'm gonna do that.
All right, you
I don't know
back
what's
up
happening.
back towards the campsite.
Yep, here we go.
All right, is that
Back
your full
it up.
turn?
Yep.
All right, Therius, it is your turn. You can attempt to roll to get out of this paralysis.
16.
What was that?
How much?
16?
That breaks it.
All right, so you have broken it and you are free, but that is all you can do this round.
Yep, that is the end of my turn. That's it.
So Therius seems to shake a little bit, and then suddenly he's moving again, and he turns on Flower as the closest enemy.
Yes, let's have a guttural roar.
It's terrifying. However, you cannot do anything because it is not your turn. Agnes, it is your turn.
Also not words. Chelsea.
I know, I'm trying to think
She's
of what
thinking.
to do.
She's contemplating.
Because Flower said to attack, right?
Chelsea,
What?
Did you roll from the wild magic table for using your luck
Oh,
thing?
that's right. I forgot. Use
I
Tides of
did.
Chaos. I forgot. Use Tides of Chaos. Roll for it.
Okay. Hey Siri. Roll a d100.
Rolling. Okay, 14 this time.
14.
All right. Hold on.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yes, I'm also looking it up. Hold on.
Do Siri and Alexa get jealous of each other?
I
No.
imagine so.
I cast confusion on myself.
It hurt itself in its confusion.
Okay, so you are confused this turn.
You're just confused.
Wait, I need to see how far the range is on confusion because it's centered on me.
Okay, let's look.
This is wonderful.
Do you want a confused berserk dwarf barbarian also?
I mean, I don't know. That could
It's
either be
more likely to hit Daniel, isn't it?
Confusion. Let me read it. Confusion. This spell assaults and twists creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. Each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point you choose, but it's centered on you. So
Yeah.
that's affecting yourself, and only yourself, because you're 15 feet away from everyone.
okay.
Including Atticus.
So then,
Attica is backed up towards the camp.
Good job, Atticus.
Away.
oh, I have to pass a wisdom saving throw
Yeah,
against
you-
myself.
Yeah, using your own spell save DC.
Okay. Is that at disadvantage?
Saving throws, you only have 2 points of exhaustion, so no.
Okay. I succeed.
Okay, so you are not confused.
Yeah.
But that's your
I
action.
also get the chaos back.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Cool. That would have been great. Oh my god. Alright, Flower, it's your turn.
Well, shit. I just had an ally and a friend yell in my face. Like, he's gonna
Bellow.
possibly rip my head off.
He roared in your face.
Alright, this is cool.
Hold him again, hold him again.
Yes.
Thank God this is a second level enchantment.
Use all of your spell slots.
I know, but luckily it's only second level, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Oh, god damn it, Christina.
Just go. It's your turn.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
I've RP'd enough with you to know this is bad face.
Go for it, man.
You're a terrible human.
I know. I'm delighted by it.
This is the best thing that could have happened.
It really is. I agree with that, actually.
I don't want to die.
You purposely put that lady there to taunt us and tempt us into doing horrible things.
I did.
Man.
You chose this.
I mean, I feel like my part of this thing wasn't related to that.
Alright, Flower, what are you gonna do?
That was related to another prior bad choice.
Flower's gonna kind of look at Therius and then touch her own chest and cast Barkskin.
Okay. Are you casting it from the staff?
No,
Okay.
myself.
Alright. You are now bark skinned.